Good, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into it, I just want to say we are so close to 300 subscribers, man. And that was our goal for this year. So if you want to be part of that first 300 and you want the bragging rights that come with it, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything, man. I'm feeling a little bit better, so you never know. Upload schedule might be changing a little bit. But that's all I got to say. So I got to say, let's get into the video. All right, y'all. I can't lie. This is going to be a little bit more of a rant. Now, granted, I did really like this movie, and I want to get that out of the way before I start to rip this thing apart. But I just want to say off rip that I did really like this movie. I thought it was a good successor to the first Terrifier. I thought that Art was more brutal. I thought he was more animated. I thought he had a little bit more to do in this movie, which I liked a little bit more. However, why the fuck is this movie 2.5 hours long? Now, I won't even go that far, actually, because I think that if this movie... Now, actually, no, that'd be crazy. I was going to say this movie might not even be that bad if it was 2.5 hours and it was like art being art the entire time. But I feel like even that might have the potential to get a little bit monotonous, get a little samey. Obviously, you don't just want to see people getting chopped up for 2.5 hours. And if you do, there might be something else going on. But we're going to be talking about Terrifier. Hope you're smoking along with me, sitting high with me, staying hydrated with me. And if you are, now's your chance. Let's spark up and let's talk about Terrifier 2. It really is a damn shame that people really only listen to Rob Zombie during Halloween. Because he's so good. But, anyway, Terrifier 2. This movie picks up exactly where the first one leaves off, which I really like. It's crazy, though, because this movie came out so far after the first one, because of COVID and restrictions and everything like that was going on. But we did end up getting it, and it is, like I said before, a really good continuation for Art, I feel like. However, in between these scenes of brutality that go even farther than the first one somehow, and really showcase Art's creativity as a killer, right? In between that, you have these boring fucking scenes of the family talking and the mom drinking and the siblings arguing. It's like, oh my god, like I literally was checked. I was checked out. And look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have that in a Terrifier movie. I think that obviously that adds a little bit of depth to the characters, adds a little bit of empathy, so you can actually be like, oh, like, damn, like, I feel sorry for this bitch that's getting cut up right now, as opposed to like, oh my god, shut the fuck up, which I also was thinking, but I know that that's because I lack empathy and not because that was the point of the movie, you know what I'm saying? I feel like in the first one, you were just like, fuck these broads, deadass, what the fuck, and you kind of felt bad for the chick that was like a little bit smarter than the other chick, but the other chick, her friend who was like retarded, you were like, oh my god. When she was getting sawed in half, you didn't care at all because like there were no stakes whatsoever. She was just dumb. But in this movie, in the second one, you're like, damn, like I really feel bad. And like Art doesn't even go after the brother, which is weird. It's weird. Why does he not fuck that kid up? I know that it's like taboo, child death, child torture, all that shit. But the house that Jack built came out in theatrical releases, I'm pretty sure, and he like shoots kids in the face in that movie, right? So why the fuck in Terrifier 2 you're just gonna give him a little scratch on the gay? That shit was so lame. Oh my god, that shit felt so forced. I can't lie. I also think that I've seen that kid in something besides this, and he also was terrible in that too. The girl that plays the sister was pretty decent. A good final girl. Obviously, if you saw my review of the first Terrifier movie, I explicitly said, fuck a final girl. You don't even need that shit in a Terrifier movie. But if you were going to have it in a Terrifier movie, I'd like it if it was done like this. She's well done, and you know, it kind of seems, you can even tell with like the use of like the neon coloring and shit like that, that this movie is like a love letter to like those 80s, almost like Evil Dead style, like horror movies where, you know, the final girl and all that shit. Less torture porny, which is crazy to say because you have the bedroom scene in this one. But like for some reason, seeing the behind the scenes of Terrifier movies takes the edge off a little bit. Like seeing the behind the scenes of the bedroom scene where her and Art are just chilling and talking and laughing, and like that cute ass selfie of the two of them, like it kind of takes the edge off of her getting hacked into a trillion pieces, and it is crazy. It's crazy. The violence in this movie is crazy. The gore in this one is crazy. And it's even crazier than the first one, which was difficult to do because the first one really went crazy. And I heard indigestion. I heard that the third one is even crazier than this one. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to see it soon. So I really was on the fence with this movie. Very 50-50 with how I felt about this movie. Because on one side of the coin, you have a great Terrifier sequel for Art. Right? But the family, too much of the family. 2.5 hours long. No fucking way. Terrifier 1, a tight 85. And it was perfect. This one, I was on my phone. That's not good. I'm not on my phone very much for very many movies, so. Damn, Rob Zombie is amazing, bro. But I really like the music in this one too. Definitely a little bit more intense than the music in the first one, which I liked. It also kind of got to like be more of a showcase in this one. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the little girl in this movie. Makes it. That intro scene of her projectile shitting onto the floor, I was like, this movie's great. This movie is great. And she made it. She was so funny and she has so much personality. I love seeing a child actor that can really act, and she was brave. Shout out to this girl. You really need to think about the fact that there was a little girl in this movie, bro, and you're like, oh my god. And you're like, damn, she's gonna grow up and be like, yep, that was me. That's crazy. That is crazy. But she was really good in this movie, so shout out to her. I like this movie. I gave it a 3 out of 5 because of the length. The length was a huge drawback for me, and I was not a fan. But besides that, fantastic. Like I said, besides that, fantastic Terrifier sequel. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought about it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Terrifier 3 review coming soon. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see that movie, bro. So let me know what you guys want to see next. I love y'all. Fuck off.